Then I asked him, what are these 7 points? He didn't even know what they are. Then they spent time to try and formulate 7 points agenda. It was a mismatch. He didn't last too long, and he went away. The successor came with transformational agenda. And what are we transforming? They don't know. Now, I am just saying this because this is the same thing. The same thing all over again. And I hope it's not happening in other countries. I sincerely hope. But the point I'm trying to make is that, first of all, let me congratulate you and congratulate World Bank that they are moving now away from dictating to us what they believe we should do and wanting to hear from us and working together and determining what we should do together. That's it's a departure from the past. In the past, they will come to us and say, take it or leave it. And on one occasion, I told Bob McNamara, I said, go away with your money. Now, I think we are making progress. But this issue of how we carry the politicians along with us, I think the African Academy of Sciences will have to work this out. We just have to get them along. And if we don't get them along, we won't get there. And some of them will come along willingly. Some of them we have to carry them along while they are struggling to come along. But we have to carry them along. That's very important. Now, you talk about development, growth, and I like that. The nuances that we show in development and growth. But where does progress come into all this? Is there anything like progress at all? And if it is it partly development and partly growth, or none of the above? I just I'm just a bit intrigued by this. You say that the colonial power forbid the colonies from establishing any industry. That's not quite correct. They actually encourage the establishment of breweries. No, this is true. This is true.
This is true.
No, I was in the Congo, DRC now, in 1960, as a young officer, and their beer is what they call primus. That's all I saw. Primus, isn't it? It's still there till today. It's still there till today. And you see young men and young women drinking and dancing from morning till night, drinking primus. That is what they did to us. And I believe that we should analyze these things and see they have their reason for doing it. They are not obliged to make us develop. Why should they? But I believe we should get it right. I want to go to the first center, where you talk about solar, hydro, and biofuel. These are available to us. And you said the money for development is not difficult to access. I wonder if you will let us know how to access this. Although we have the World Bank man here, maybe when you put your heads together, you will tell us how. I do agree that to some extent that if we have a good project, we will probably have the finances or the funding for it. But we also must tell ourselves some home truth. And part of the home truth is this: the opportunities today for Africa, for investment in Africa, are better than it was 20 years ago. And the reason is simple. Europe is a little bit wobbling, thanks to the situation in Greece, in Italy now, in Spain, in Ireland, and we hope there will be more. America is deep in unemployment problem and financial crisis, except, because I can be a little bit political here, except for Obama to have a second term. May they remain where they are. Now, the point I'm making is this: Asian tiger have now ceased to be a tiger. We are trying to put them on a motorcycle. But I never see a tiger on a motorcycle, so that will not work. No, but seriously, I think this is about time that we will have, and we should have, African life. This is about time that we will have, and we should have, African life. But what do we need? We must have peace and security. We must have peace and security, and there is no substitute for that. You say for a nation to survive and prosper, heaven must smile to it. Now, if it is heaven we have to pray to, for us to have peace and security, those of you, I don't know what faith you practice, whatever faith you practice, just go and pray so that heaven will smile. The earth must be favorable to it. Our soil is, you can't have anything more favorable. But we have to do what we have to put in. The input will have to be right. And we must tell ourselves that yes, we have to get our hands and our feet dirty before the earth can smile, can be favorable to us. Then, and its people must be at peace. We must not only be at peace, we must have security. We must not only be at peace and have security, we must have leaders that are properly focused. They understand what they are talking about, they understand the world in which we are in. And that, my dear President, that is where the challenge of African Academy of Sciences. We have to get our leaders to know what they should know and to do what they should do and to work together. With young men, you say he's idealistic, he's still a bit idealistic. Old and young scientists, old and young politicians, old and young people in the private sector, including the civil society, but particularly old and young farmers. Thank you very much.